guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. If you're new, I'm Leona. I have a service dog in training named Athena, and I'm glad to have you here. So today I'm going to be doing like a little bit of a life update. I am going to apologize in advance that this isn't going to be one of my like usual videos. It's definitely not going to be like as happy as I try to keep my channel. Mostly because I debated if this was worth sharing and decided it was worth it, because it's something that we all face in the community. And when I started like my YouTube and my Instagram and like sharing stuff, I said I wanted to share the good, the bad, and everything in between, and I've noticed I share mostly the good and try to leave the bad off because there's so much, bad stuff happening in the world that I figured it was better to just have this positive environment. But this, I feel like, happens so often that it's okay to share. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess get into the video more than I already have. So first off, I think the big thing is I'm facing a new diagnosis. So for those that don't know, I was diagnosed with POTS 2 years ago now, about, because I was dealing, I deal with a lot of heart rate jumps due to elevation, and I pass out and all that kind of stuff, and everything that fits into the POTS description. So that's what my doctor said I had, and we've tried treatment off and on, and stuff just kind of hasn't worked out. So I went to a new cardiologist and was told that it's most likely a different type of dysautonomia, and it's something called vasovagal syncope. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And I was told that that was most likely what it is, and that there was no treatment for it, which is kind of a letdown because I was hoping I'd walk in and we could finally get some answers and figure things out, so that I could get on a treatment that could possibly make it so that I could function a little bit better, because I do, despite having Athena, who alerts to my heart rate and is extremely accurate with it, out of my 3 service dogs, she has been the best and is legit pretty much 100% on my episodes, on alerts and everything. But I still have them. It's kind of why she alerts, it doesn't lead to completely avoiding episodes. I still have to sit down, I still have to manage my energy, I still, pass out every once in a while. And yes, why she helps, she doesn't make it so that I have this 100% okay thing. And I know even with the treatment I'm not going to have 100%, but it could possibly make it so that I could function a bit better. So being told there's nothing I can do except for just deal with it and do what I'm doing now is a bit of a letdown. And then I was told to do research on it and figure out what it was so that I had a very firm understanding of what I was told I most likely have. And I went on to Mayo Clinic and Dysautonomia International and a couple other websites that are known for their dysautonomia research, or are reputable medical sites. I didn't want to just look at Google or Wikipedia or something, because I'm sorry, anybody can go on there and I don't trust that fully. So I was looking at places that I knew would have reliable information. And I went on there and it doesn't line up with what I'm dealing with. So it was most likely wrong. As far as we know, I still have testing to do because he wanted to check and make sure that it's nothing actually with my heart, that there's not something messed up in my heart or something like that. But it's when you go on into a doctor hoping to be told that, yeah, this is what we have, this fits it, here's what's wrong, here's how we can resolve it, here's this magic pill you can take, and then get told there's no treatment, and then get told to do research, and all your research comes back as something completely, like, that this is something completely different. It's a bit of a stab. So yeah, I'm dealing with that, and I'm going to apologize if the next couple of videos that go up after this are kind of not as positive, or if I take a break from YouTube at all with all this going on. But it's kind of like my health is definitely a priority, and recently I've been dealing with a lot more episodes. It's a lot's been going on there, and it's definitely something I need to take care of. And this just seems like it was a major setback for me, being told that most likely I'm not dealing with what I've thought I've had for 2 years, and then being told is most likely something, and then finding out it's probably not that also is just really upsetting. We are calling my cardiologist up tomorrow just to kind of ask if maybe he used the wrong term, like if he gave me the wrong word or something, or if maybe there's something that he knows that like I couldn't find online or something like that. Then, you know, see from there. Along with that, just getting some questions answered as far as testing goes. But it's a lot for me personally. I know it's a lot for anybody that goes into the same boat, but I figured I should share just the struggles. Along with that, shortly after I had my appointment on Thursday, and Thursday morning I woke up to Athena at 4 a.m. getting sick. She threw up in my room and had some very bad like bowel movements, so we had to rush her to the vet, and now we're dealing with a lot of figuring stuff out because she had GI upset that led to like her digestive tract being irritated, and there's a chance it's tied into her kibble that she's been on, or to the treats we've been giving to her, or who knows what. So I've got to figure out what exactly that was. So we're taking care of her and dealing with that, and obviously like her health is very clearly a priority to me, and knowing that there's a chance that what I've been feeding her caused everything that she had to deal with on Friday, like Thursday to Friday, is a blow, because it's kind of like it could have been avoided if I hadn't changed her food, or if I had watched a bit closer, or, you know, who knows what. But it's a case of if it is like her food, then it could have been avoided, or if it was like treats I gave her, then as I said, it could have been avoided. But there's also the chance that she licked something like in the dining hall or at work or in class or anywhere, or even if she like ate an acorn or something that I like overlooked outside. But either way, it's a case of like I probably, like, most likely it was something that I overlooked, and she got really sick thanks to it. And yeah, it just kind of like, it's a bit of a blow, knowing that I could have most likely done something to prevent her from dealing with that. But she's home, she's okay. It's Sunday night. She came home with us Friday from the vet. They gave her like fluids and put her on a prescription diet with medicines and all this kind of stuff, and she's okay. Like, she's doing better. She hasn't thrown up at all. Her bowel movements are somewhat back to normal. She's not back on like her usual schedule, but somewhat normal. But she still hasn't like gotten back onto her normal food. I will say this is something where it's pushed me to really try and get her onto a raw diet versus kibble, just because it could very easily be tied into the kibble not digesting properly, or something like that. So I'm really trying to figure everything out to get her onto a raw diet in a dorm where I don't have a bunch of fridge space, or access to a store constantly, that has like everything that's needed for a raw diet. So I've ordered a bunch of Real.dog box, has like their secret shop, so I've ordered a bunch of their meatballs that they make, which are a balanced raw diet, and then I've gotten some of the instinct freeze dried stuff to kind of see how it works out and see how I like it, and just kind of do a combination of those for a bit, and see how she does on that. So we'll see what happens there. And then with all this, I've got classes and work to balance in. And I know my classes have kind of been taking a little bit of a blow as far as like my grades and that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm still passing all my classes, so it's not some horrendous blow, but it's definitely a bit of one. And it's just like overall it feels like, you know, I'm slacking. Like I feel like I'm not doing as much as I should be doing, or I'm not, you know, taking care of everything like I properly should, when obviously there's only so much I can do for my health without the assistance of a doctor. And where I hope I have one now, it still, I kind of have to wait to see what he does. And then, as I said, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's been a lot recently. But I figured this was something that was worth coming on and sharing, and just kind of sharing the struggles that I'm dealing with right now versus always sharing the positives and like the pluses and all that kind of stuff. Just because it's not always great, and right now it's felt like it was blow after blow after blow for me, at least. And I just kind of like, you know, I've definitely been trying to find the positive in every day. And I've been leaning on, you know, my dogs and all that kind of stuff. So as I said, I'm just really kind of, I wanted to share and let everybody know that it's something that even those of us that kind of put on a front for social media, we're all dealing with something. And let those that are dealing with the reality of a new diagnosis know that I'm right here with them. And for those that have an unknown diagnosis, I'm here. And if you need support or anything, or just somebody to talk to, feel free to message me or leave a comment, and I will try to get back to you and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like perfect, like I'm okay with that. And I try to be here for all of you guys, while obviously prioritizing, you know, like I have to like take care of myself also, but I don't mind being here for you guys. So if anybody's dealing with the same thing and just need somebody to talk to, feel free to message me, as I said. And then as for this, it's kind of like, I feel like when I look through the community, it's not something that is posted all the time. A lot of people, like, it, you know, it seems to just kind of go under the radar, or when somebody posts about a new diagnosis, it seems like they're always, or like an unknown diagnosis, or a lot of the time I see it as always like this positive thing, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting diagnosed with this, yay, you know, or like something like that. And I'm like, I guess for me personally, I'm not having that reaction. I'm like, great, you know? And it seems like it's one of those things where even when it's somebody like is in the same boat, like where it's this thing that they don't get treatment for, they're like, I have an answer, so it's fine. And I'm like, I don't know how they're not okay with it. And I didn't know if anybody else kind of felt that same way. So as I said, here's this. And yeah, anyways, that's all I've got for today. I hope that this helped somebody. I mean, anybody that's kind of dealing with the same thing, or is just wondering. So as I said, if I take a break from YouTube, or if I don't seem as positive in the next couple of videos that go up, then I apologize. But as I said, this is just something I'm dealing with. And I figured you guys should know. So yeah, anyways, as I said, that's all I have for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed, I guess. And yeah, so bye, and I'll see you guys next time.